Hey everybody, it's April, and today I want to remind you that sometimes it's okay to take a break from your plank breaks, but not too long. So I'm going to start on forearms and I'll switch around a little bit, and you can do however you like with your planks. So if you're starting on forearms, wrap your hands around your biceps so you know you have the right distance between your arms. Bring your forearms out in front of you. You can interlace your fingers if you like. Pull your shoulders down your back, then lift your upper back, lift your chest, pull in your belly, come up on your toes, shift your weight forward slightly. The timer has begun. I almost forgot to turn on the stopwatch. And then do everything that you just did again. So press into the floor again, broaden your upper back, separate your shoulders, pull in your belly. Your gaze is just out in front of your fingertips, or I'm looking at my knuckles. Tighten up your glutes, press your heels back. I even think about reaching my tailbone toward my heels. Remember, you want that nice long line. We're at 30 seconds already. We really, that just chips away the time, actually in big chunks, just by setting up your plank and then doing it again. And being aware that you are using, everything is engaged. You're pressing into the floor, tightening up your belly, always pulling in your belly. That's one of the big things about plank, is that you are strengthening your core, which is strengthening your lower back. Oh, we're already a minute. So I'm going to switch to my hands. So this is spring break for a lot of people. And, I talk about, vacation and things like that. And it's a good question to ask yourself sometimes is, should you take a break? And the answer is sometimes you do need to take off maybe a day or two from your physical routine. You won't even notice too much if you took off a week. However, the problem is it makes it harder to get back into it if you do take off too long. And so my recommendation, and one of the things I do when I'm on vacation or whatever break, I still try to find a way to work in a plank break at least once or twice while I'm on my vacation, because it is harder to get back into it. It's real easy to talk yourself out of doing it when you're not on your break anymore. So if you're on your spring break with your kids, we're at 2 minutes. I'm going to switch to my forearms and I'm going to lift a leg. Maybe you do take off a couple days and maybe you try to get your kids to plank with you. That's always a lot of fun. Not that they enjoy it that much, but sometimes they do. It's a good activity to do with you, whether you're their grandmother or their mother, or grandfather, brother, whatever. Try and get kids involved. 2:30. I'm switching legs. Because for one thing, they need to see the grown-ups doing things to stay in shape. They need to become accustomed to the idea that you do keep working out and you do try to keep yourself in shape, and that physical fitness is important. So maybe, and also so they can see that challenging yourself is important, and that they may not be able to hold the plank because they're not used to doing it, but they can try 3 minutes. And again, it's just a nice little activity you can do together. So if you're doing side plank, you can stack your feet, or you can bring your top foot in front of you for balance. But really press that bottom hand into the floor so you stay nice and lifted out of your bottom shoulder. Reach your top arm to the sky and press the sole of your bottom foot toward the floor so you're not collapsing into your bottom ankle bone. And we're coming up on 3:30. I'm switching sides. So you try to do the same thing on this side that you did on the other. But if you have to bring a foot in front of you on this side, that's okay. This is a real balancing act. Side plank is considered an arm balance. Keep lifting your hips, really working on toning your waistline. Also, you're toning your arms. And you use your obliques for twisting and bending. 4 minutes. So that's an important part of your day. Blah, I got a bunch of hair in my mouth. So we're in the final stretch here. So if you decide you need to even take a break during your plank, you can. And then see if you can rally again and come back into your plank. you always stop your stopwatch and then start it again. So again, you can take a break from your plank breaks, but then try to come back to it. Try to do it again at least once or twice during your spring break or vacation, whatever it is you have going on. And try to involve your children or grandchildren. Have them plank with you. And you'll be surprised even, and they might be surprised at how long they can hold their plank, or how short amount of time they can hold their plank. Everybody tends to think that kids can just do everything 5 minutes. And it's not true as far as if it's not something you're accustomed to doing, you have to work your way up to it no matter what your age. You really do, especially for things like plank. Okay, we're coming up on 5:15. Here we are. So I will have some special guests this week planking with me during spring break, people who normally can't because either they're teaching at school or they're in school. So stay tuned for those. See ya.